Seed retention. Is retaining your seed a smart idea? Seed retention will be discussed in this video. What is it? What is the nofap? The nofap path, what it entails, and the advantages of either option, or simply cultivating healthy sexuality is your ticket to the flavor of life. To clarify some of these phrases, let's first examine what seed retention is. For a very significant group of people who desire the advantages that a guy can obtain from seed retention, we want to clarify what it is and what it isn't. Seed retention is not letting yourself ejaculate. Let's first think about it. The biological physiological process of ejaculation is healthy. So, is stopping yourself from responding naturally a good idea? We shall discuss that in a moment. But since that is the definition of seed retention, it effectively means that you can engage in other pleasurable acts, but not climax. What is nofap now? Nofap is the practice of refraining from self-pleasure and seeing adult content. The nofap community, which is large, has varying levels of nofap participation. Some individuals enter what they refer to as nofap monk mode, which forbids all forms of adult content, self-pleasure, and intercourse. And then there is healthy love life, which is what we're going to speak about, and it goes on a scale up to adult content with minimal self-pleasure. In terms of nofap, avoiding self-pleasure and adult content is beneficial. There is no doubt that abstaining from adult content is healthy. There is a mountain of studies that demonstrates that watching adult content has no positive effects, and for many people, it turns them toward the dark side. Now, we don't want you turning against us. What do we mean when we say that it will cause intrusive thoughts that pull you away from the true you? You will consider having intercourse and having it the unhealthy way. Whatever you consume, and if you consume anything bad for humanity, those are the thoughts that will be running through your head. There are folks who are driven to go and do things they would never do if they weren't watching it, and creating these brain pathways that push you towards those behaviors, like cheating on your partner or engaging in intimate actions that harm you or hurt and harm other people that you love. We are aware that seeing adult content is linked to physical violence. Therefore, adult content can no longer be used for good. Let's discuss whether there are any positive effects of self-pleasure. Well, in a relationship where there is healthy intercourse between the two of you, this seems questionable. We are going to tell you the truth. Even if you have a healthy romantic relationship, then secret self-pleasure is not included in that. Having a separate, secret love life from the one you have with your partner, one that they are aware of, undermines trust. Finally, it makes you lie, tricks your spouse, hides your actions, and it makes you feel ashamed. Without inappropriate content, or without fantasizing about intimate behaviors, genders, or acts that they don't experience in their own love life, the majority of people don't develop a regular and frequent practice of self-pleasure. So self-pleasure turns into a form of illicit intimate activity. For a lot of people, having a hidden love life separate from your partner's healthy physical life is not at all a healthy physical life. Two things are happening, which is a dichotomy, which then makes you ambivalent and causes an inner conflict between the person you want to be, the partner who comes up for enjoyable engagement and raises your freak flag intercourse with your partner, and the one who harms themselves secretly. That is the real thing about self-pleasure. If you have a spouse when there is a dichotomy, healthy neural pathways cannot be developed. Many young people nowadays who don't have a partner are wondering, is self-pleasure healthy for me? If it's your hidden love life, no. If you regularly watch adult content, have a tendency for self-pleasure, and don't make any effort to locate a partner, which is what evidence indicates is happening these days. Young males are not investing the necessary effort because they are watching adult content and self-pleasure. They have no interest in having a relationship with their partner, because watching adult content and self-pleasure are being taught to their brains. You have something unhealthy going on like that. So would you gain anything from not having a FAP or self-pleasure? Absolutely. We are going to give you the but if you know what we are talking about, don't take it and run. And in the meantime, develop a good self-pleasure practice. A healthy self-pleasure habit is one in which you stay with the sensations in your body on a regular basis. Do not indulge in fantasies, and do not fap to relieve stress or get rid of boredom. You don't utilize it for mood adjustment because the issue with self-pleasure is at its very foundation. Your brain has been conditioned to utilize self-pleasure as a form of pleasure and self-care. It resembles a binky. We don't want males all over the world to use their self-pleasure binky to feel better about their lives. The goal of this path towards nofap and healthy love life is to learn to tolerate discomfort. In order to calm oneself when uncomfortable feelings arise, refrain from using the binky. Sit with the emotions and move forward. What is happening right now? I'm anxious about my job. What's going on right now? My partner left. Why do I have 8 hours to myself with nothing to do? I'm bored. Please pass the time and fill the gaps with something nutritious. Find ways to relieve the pressure from your job and occupy your free time with productive activities, such as watching drone racing. Instead of self-pleasure and watching adult content, it is entirely fun. It is satisfying the emptiness. You can use drone racing to fill that gap. Now let's return to the topic of healthy love life. Healthy intimate behavior undoubtedly involves ejaculating. We were built for intercourse, literally. We are here to tell you that doing so with a partner will lead to healthy love life. And yes, you can find that partner. Everyone has the ability to draw the companion they desire for themselves, and if you are not enticing that partner, you are stopping that partner from finding you. And you're probably using adult content and self-pleasure to keep that relationship away. In order to determine your fantasies with a partner, first draw a partner to yourself. Explore new things, have fun, and ejaculate with your partner, but not constantly, as you would with explicit content or self-pleasure habit, or worse. Now we're going to talk about edging in seed retention, where you get connection by being with that partner and you're not ejaculating all the time. Where you are free to engage in any enjoyable intimate actions, such as edging, but you just don't allow yourself to release. So edging for the brain is one of the worst things you can do. You're allowing your brain to be overrun with dopamine, making you feel numb. However, you never allow yourself to finish something, which keeps you stuck in a pleasure-seeking mode. Dopamine is a pleasure-seeking neurochemical, not one that makes us feel good. You keep coming back for more if you pursue pleasure. When you have intercourse with your spouse, serotonin, a neurotransmitter associated with happiness and joy, is released in addition to lower levels of pleasure. When used with a spouse, oxytocin acts as a neurotransmitter of connection, love, and healthy libido. That's what we mean when we mention Kool-Aid. Get that ideal neurochemical concoction going instead of just searching for more dopamine, which is what happens in edging and is very dangerous for the brain. A lot of patients struggle with memory loss, anxiety, sadness, intrusive thoughts, and lack of motivation. Therefore, seed retention with edging and no ejaculation is likely the worst thing you can do for yourself, because you're acting in two very strange ways, coming for more and more dopamine and then failing to ejaculate. It will make you keep coming back for more dopamine. What are the advantages of avoiding self-pleasure and watching no adult material instead of attempting to have a healthy intimate lifestyle, where you have a partner and see them twice a week? That's fantastic if you need to have intercourse every day. Twice a week, right? Those are your binky. Think about that binky, my buddy. You don't need one. You're a grown man. You don't want a binky. You should look forward to having intercourse with your spouse because it will make you feel better. It will lessen your anxiety and depression and boost your motivation for life, your job, and relationships with friends and family, since you want to connect with them now that oxytocin is flowing. The cycle of shame has been broken, so you no longer need to feel guilty about what you consume. Instead, you are excited to interact with people in the real world. You buy a drone for yourself since you're enthusiastic about your hobbies, flying it while having fun, and ideally avoid hitting any objects. However, when you are actively involved in life, your motivation increases, your attention sharpens, and your erectile dysfunction, delayed ejaculation, and premature ejaculation, everything decline. But when you regularly engage in healthy intimate behavior, your brain is now anticipating spending time with your lover. The dopamine starts to flow in a healthy way, and you start to gravitate toward your spouse, even when you aren't having intercourse. Dopamine will start to trickle if you don't have a significant other. You are thinking about dating and are going to a party on Friday night because you might meet someone there. However, we know that watching adult content while self-pleasure worsens social anxiety. As a result, you may not be looking forward to the party because your brain is warped and isn't anticipating the possibility of meeting new people. Therefore, you must avoid using a screen and stop self-pleasure. You should probably never again engage in self-pleasure. If you can cultivate healthy love life, be sincere. However, if you are in a relationship, you should tell your partner about your self-pleasure so that it is no longer a secret affair, which is the core issue. But when you build a healthy habit of self-pleasure once every 2 weeks, your spouse will know that you do it, and it will become a regular part of your intimate life. Then it might be a component of a healthy love life. However, we would still advise against it, preferring instead that you integrate behaviors like self-pleasure into your healthy relationship with your spouse. It becomes something you do with your lover and not just by yourself. You can definitely make that happen. Stay away from the screen without a doubt, and don't keep the seed around for too long. If you hold on to it for too long, you'll realize it's not natural. In terms of nocturnal emissions, your body will normally get rid of them at night, which is okay. If it occurs on your trip to rewire your brain for adult content, your body is naturally cleansing. We do, however, urge you to get with your honey and mend your relationship because that's a step in the process, and if there is any attachment that has been flawed and disconnected in any way, you should mend it too. Likewise, if you don't have honey, focus on the honey you can acquire for yourself when you don't look at the screen. By the way, if you found this helpful, don't forget to show some love. Tap the like button and also subscribe to our channel. Comment below on what you want to see next. See you in the next video. Abstinence from masturbation is gaining popularity, and not just because so many people have attempted it, but because its advantages are undeniable. So, let's go over what you can expect if you don't fap. We'll begin with increased testosterone levels. This is what sparked the original Reddit debate back in the day when after a user shared an older study, it was that discovered not ejaculating for 7 days enhanced testosterone production by 45.7%. Men are hardwired to be sexual. Most participants were unaware of how strong the instinct for sexual release was. These instincts were present until they attempted to temporarily discontinue the practice of self-pleasure. Those who practice nofap and can control their sexual desires are frequently more organized in other aspects of their lives. Some of them improve their work performance while also learning to better control their emotions. Teaching self-control or self-discipline in one life area can be transmitted to another. Others were inspired to go a week without ejaculating as a result of this. Some of them went on to discuss other advantages of abstinence. Psychological and physical well-being benefits, in addition to spiritual awakenings, were among them. Interestingly, many of the advantages of porn mentioned in one such research are similar to those reported by no-fappers after quitting porn. Furthermore, numerous psychological benefits are experienced, such as increased happiness, increased confidence, increased motivation as well as willpower, decreased anxiety and stress self-acceptance, enhanced mindset, and admiration for the other sex. Men reported a variety of psychological and physical benefits from not masturbating for an extended period. Some people believe that beginning a no-fap restart has granted them superpowers. Natural muscle growth is another advantage. It also improved sleep quality, reduced stress and anxiety, and even enlightened spirituality. They also state that they've never felt more attractive or good in all areas of their lives. According to one study, testosterone levels can increase by up to 145.7% just 7 days after ejaculation, and higher testosterone levels are associated with increased confidence. Another study discovered that frequent masturbation reduced the number of androgens in their brains. Androgen receptors aid in the utilization of testosterone by the body. This change in hormones, along with many other physical and mental benefits experienced while on nofap, appears to lead to increased confidence. When you do PMO, many patterns of thought and questions arise. Porn may cause you to subconsciously question your abilities in the bedroom, your physical appearance, and your relationships. There is no way to sugarcoat it for you, but when you're masturbating to other people having sex, it's impossible to feel good about yourself. How sad is that? Like, what are you doing with your life that you have time for that rather than having a real partner? Not only will you feel unconscious shame and guilt, but it will also destroy your self-esteem. When you begin nofap, you will be able to release the toxic shame you have been carrying around and boost your self-esteem. Most people will notice nofap benefits after 2 to 3 weeks. So, dear men, a 90-day reboot time or 90 days without fapping to porn is suggested because this gives your brain and body enough time to reset or reboot. It is sufficient time for the dopamine receptors and hormones to balance out.